Hi, I'm Caleb, and in today's video I'm going to share with you what are some of the tools I use so that you can use as well when you're searching for a HDB as well. Typically, the first tool that I will use is this thing called HDB Maps services. So what you can do is that you go to HDB Maps, search for HDB Maps and click under this. Let's say for example you are looking for a property in the area of Hougang 528 Hougang. So 528 Hougang, and then over here you can see that there are generally a few types of different items, such as the age of the property, the lease period, and how much what's the lease left. So these three important factors is quite important for me as well. Then I also want to find out what is the breakdown of the resale flat in that particular block. So like the 3-room has recently transacted 378, another 3-room has transacted 285. So typically I will look into the 200 meters. So 200 meters I can see that generally in this 3-room there are some units that it's in the area, so at 410, so at 400, so at 380, and so on and so forth. So using 200 meters is serve as a good gauge to help you identify what is the last few prices that is around that range itself. Okay, so other than that, in this itself I will search for the ethnic group eligibility. So like for example over here I can see that if let's say for example I'm a buyer, and then if I'm searching for 528 to 529, and then in the area of Hougang, and then I am a Chinese, and then Singapore citizens, and so on and so forth. Okay, then basically you can buy from any flat sellers, and then however at 529 you can only buy from a Chinese flat seller for Hougang. So you can see that sometimes certain blocks, if you are Chinese you can buy from any flat seller, but sometimes at block 529 you can only buy from a Chinese flat seller. It's probably because the Malay and Indian community there is quite a lot already. So pretty much you can't buy from other areas over that side. Okay, so back to this. Sometimes what I will do is also I want to find out the HDB upgrading itself. So like when was the HIP being done? Is it being built already? If it is being built, then if it is not done, is it announced yet? And if it is announced already, is it completed? If it is completed, when is the estimated billing itself? So you can see that 528, the estimated billing is 20th October. So what happens is that those people who got, those owners who is built on that date itself will pay the HIP bills also. So pretty much that's one of the tools that I use. Then the second tool that usually I will use is Propertyguru. So Propertyguru is served much more as a platform for me to find listings. So let's say for example I want to find just 3-room in Hougang. So usually I'll just filter based on 3-room and then search based in Hougang. So if let's say I just want that particular area, I'll just zoom in using the map services. So from the map services I can zoom in to just that particular section of Hougang, like 500 plus area, 399. So 500 plus there isn't much, only there is units in the 511 region area. So it means that I have to zoom out into a further location area for me to look for the units that I want to as well. So usually from this Propertyguru I will see what's the lowest price and what's the highest price. Of course when you start seeing the lowest price, it is because it's a lot older, 1974, and when you price, highest price is 806 Hougang Central, that's nearest to the Central. Then 475D, 476 are all a newer estate itself. So generally this is how I search for listings using Propertyguru to search for listings as well. Thirdly, what I'll do next is I'll use URA Master Plan. So URA Master Plan tells me a lot about what is the open site area that is zoned for and stuff like that. Like right now in Hougang there's one whole big open patch field that it's in the area. So what I'll do is that I'll search in the master plan and see what exactly is it all about. So I'll use this master plan 2019. This is the latest. Okay, so I will look into the Hougang Central. So Hougang Central, you can zoom in, then you can see that in the area here where the MRT is at, it's zoned as residential. This color is zoned as residential, and this color, blue color, is zoned as commercial and residential, and whereas this area here is zoned strictly for commercial use. So you can see that if, let's say for example, back to my example just now of 528, the opposite there is this open field. Okay, there is this open field. There is this open field over here. So what is this open field used for? So I'll go inside the master zoning plan and you can see this is actually a zone as a commercial and residential area. So commercial and residential area means that next time they can build both offices and residential. So it helps you understand that next time if there is a potential plot of land that is coming up nearby, whether it's going to be a shopping mall or whether it's going to be a new condo, alright? Or sometimes it could be a place where it's it's a place of worship. So some people might not choose to consider buying a property near there because of this, or some people will not want to buy a property that is near E, which is education, that's a school itself. Okay, so sometimes it's safer. This is a Punggol Park area where people would want to stay near a park or a future park itself. So that's why, and they know that over the area will be unblocked or will not create new high-rise. So looking at the master plan, you can tell that generally through master plan you can see what's coming up in the future empty plot of land that is coming up in your area. So it helps you plan in advance that to know that, oh, if I buy this condo or if I buy this HDB, will my future view block or not, or will there be future appreciation out of it. Let me just show you another property at Bishan MRT, that area. Bishan MRT, you can see all this is sky view, this is sky habitat, and then this plot of land, it's a commercial zoning. This plot of land is also a commercial zoning. So all of it here, it's commercial zoning. So previously it was a residential zoning, but then it changed to commercial zoning itself. So generally it changes, but the thing is that if it's commercial zoning, sometimes it might help in your price appreciation as well. So understanding master plan helps you a lot in terms of what you need to, or what's the future of your property itself. Okay, so next, the fourth website that I'll always go is the HDB website. So HDB website is the place where you confirm on a few things more, such as your eligibility, such as your grant, such as your HLE, which is your housing loan eligibility. So pretty much usually when I come over here, I want to clarify on the eligibility status, whether I fall under family status, senior status, or single status. Typically most people will fall under a couple and family status, and in the couple and family status there's also different kinds of eligibility status as well. If you're not married but you're going to buy with your fiance, this is under this status. If you're buying as a married couple with kids, it will be this status. So I want to check and find out which status do I belong to as well, or do my clients belong to as well. So that's one, eligibility. Second, it's checking on the grant. So basically, so after you click into eligibility, there is this section that says grants itself. So you can see what kind of grants are you eligible for: CPF housing grant, enhanced housing grant, and so on and so forth. So this kind of grants will help you know how much you'll be getting as well. And third use of this HDB website is to find out about housing, the financing of the property, which is the loan. So you want to find out whether you're eligible for the loan, and you want to find out how you can apply for it. So usually when we come to our application, it's over here. So HLE letter. So it tells you when to apply, where to apply, and so on and so forth. So it forms more or less on the eligibility criteria and what you can, on the eligibility conditions and the assessments of it, what kind of documents you need, and so on and so forth. Okay, so that's the fourth website that usually I'll go to. The fifth website, most of the time that I'll go to, is this website called Moneysmart. So Moneysmart is a place where I want to find out what is the home loans eligible, that home loans interest rates that is currently in the market right now. So typically I'll just key in some random details and stuff like that, and then in the end they will show me how much is my loan amount that I can get it. Okay, let me just fill in some details first. I come back to you. Okay, so over here you can see for both fixed rates and floating rates. So for example, floating rates you can see plans at 1.41%, 1.58%, plans at for 2 years fixed is 1 year fixed, 2 years locked is 1.65%. Then you click in and find out more about the interest rates packages as well. Okay, then so typically I'll just use this as a benchmark, roughly what is the range itself going to be. So more or less I know whether should I advise my client to take on a fixed rate, or should I advise my client to take up a HDB loan or bank loan also. So of course, last but not least, the next website I'll go to is Ask Caleb. So if you have any questions with regards to property that you're not sure of, that you don't want the hassle of going through everything, just let me know, and so that I can help you with the entire home process planning and making sure that everything from the start to the end, to the time you get your keys, will be smooth, so that you do not be headache and worried about it. Once again, I'm Caleb. If you have any questions, do let me know. See you. Goodbye.